Hey guys, welcome to another Helix video. This one's, I know, starting out a little differently because you're used to seeing, if you watch my videos, the Helix editor screen. But this particular video and patch I'm building is going to be incorporating a piece of external gear. So I want to kind of show you what I'm using and the cables I'm going to use to hook it up and that sort of thing. So it might make a little more sense this way, I think. What I wanted to do is when I play out live, a lot of the times I'll use Helix to process my guitar and vocals. And so I wanted to take a vocal processing pedal that could add harmony to the signal and incorporate that into Helix. But Helix, I really like the mic pre on the Helix. I like the effects such as the EQ, compression, studio pre, reverb, delay, all that sort of stuff is great. It works great for vocals. So I just wanted to add harmony. So having said that, what I wanted to do was take a harmony pedal and incorporate it into my signal chain where I could put it in the Helix and be able to control it and turn it on and off via Helix, rather than having it just kind of sit either in front of my chain and be something different or something like that. So I hope that makes sense as far as the goal. So the particular pedal I'm using is the TC Helicon Harmony GXT. And you can see with the way that I have the knobs turned, basically the harmony is all the way up, the guitar and effects are all the way down. The reason for that is the only thing I want out of this is vocal harmonies. I don't want any vocal processing or effects or anything like that. I don't want any dry signal. I only want the harmony vocal coming out of this. The reason for that is the Helix is handling the rest. Helix is handling processing the dry vocal and putting effects on it, and so we're all good there. I don't need two different pedals doing the same function, basically. So how do we hook this in and how do we do this? Because one of the things these pedals need is a dry signal from your guitar so it knows what chords you're playing, what key you're playing in, so it can build the appropriate harmonies. So we're going to basically achieve all that by using the effects loops on the Helix. Conveniently it has 4 of them, which is great. Personally, I use one for an external looper that I mainly just use for playing backing tracks. The built-in Helix looper is like 2 minutes long, which would cover pretty much whatever I would want to do live, but I do like having something for backing tracks and playing live. So I'm going to be using another couple of effects loops to incorporate this pedal. So first thing, I went and picked up a couple of adapters. I've got a male and female XLR, and on the other end of these other end of these cables, sorry, it's 1/4 inch. Okay, so this allows me to go 1/4 inch in and out of the Helix, and then the XLR male and female go into the appropriate inputs and outputs on the pedal. Aside from that, just a simple patch cable, 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch. I'm using one of the sends from the Helix FX loops into the guitar input of the TC Helicon pedal, and that's pretty much it. Hardware wise, that's all you have to set up. So there's that bit of information. Now we're going to jump over to the Helix editor that you're used to seeing on my videos. I'm going to walk you through how you actually set this patch up and show you an example of the results you get.
Hey guys, welcome to the editor portion of the video. We're going to take a look at how this patch incorporates the TC Helicon pedal, and we get signal in and out of the pedal, and we're able to use it, control it via Helix, keep it all nice and contained. So, firstly, we need to get the guitar signal to the TC Helicon pedal because that's what it uses to know what key to produce the harmonies in. It reads in real time the chords and notes you play into it, and that's what it uses to determine harmony. So, we use this block here right at the beginning of the guitar chain. I'm using the physical send number 4 out of the back of the Helix, using a patch cable going into the TC Helicon. I've got the send and dry through on 0, so basically the dry signal just keeps on going through here tonally. We don't hear any difference on the guitar. Quickly, the way this patch is set up, guitar input starts here, covers paths 1A and B, gets kicked down to path 2A, where we got more guitar stuff happening. And then path 2B is set for mic input, so all the vocal stuff is happening on 2B. Speaking of 2B, we come down here, and effects loop 3 is what I'm using. The send and return to get vocal audio to and from the TC Helicon using the adapters that I mentioned in the first part of the video and showed you. Pretty straightforward. Use the send to go into the input on the TC where the mic input will go. Come out of the TC and go into the return of the Helix. Pretty straightforward. The only parameter I adjusted, if this is set to 50%, that means that the dry signal and the effects loop signal are equal. I pulled it down just a touch so that the dry signal would be just a little louder. For live use, I probably would bring this down a little bit more, but I wanted the harmony signal to be pronounced. So at the end of the video, I'll do a little example. I'll let you hear what the harmony signal sounds like. So I left it up pretty high. Using foot switch number 7 to turn on the harmonies. So as soon as I hit foot switch number 7, we've got harmony, and it's all nice and neat and contained. Like I said, I can kind of hook it up to the back of the Helix and leave the pedal out, kind of push it off behind the Helix where it's not taking up or increasing the width of my footprint on stage, and I don't have to worry about tap dancing on another pedal. I've got it right here on the Helix. So that's pretty cool. I thought it was a fun way to incorporate this pedal, and hopefully it could give you some other ideas about how to incorporate things other than just traditional guitar pedals into Helix via the effects loops. They're super flexible. They give you lots of options. I think it's awesome they provided 4 effects loops. It gives you tons of stuff to do. In this particular patch, I'm using effects loop number 1 for an external looper I use to play backing tracks. So, at first, when I first read about Helix coming out, I thought, who would ever need 4 effects loops? And here I've got a patch using, 2.5 of them at least. So you never know. It's always better to have more flexibility than you need than to need it and not have it. So anyway, I'm going to just play a little bit of an Alice in Chains tune to let you hear what the harmonies sound like. Disclaimer, I am primarily a guitar player, not primarily a vocalist. So don't expect Lane Staley here. So anyway, let me play just a little bit for you, let you hear what the harmony sounds like, and that'll be that. It's alright, there comes a time, got no patience to search for peace of mind, laying low, wanna take it slow, get more hiding all disguising tools I've sold. And every day it's something hits me all so cold. Find me sitting by myself, no excuses that I